The final Mishnah in the first Perek of Pirkei Avot teaches Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel Omer, Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Omeid. There are three pillars upon which the world stands. Al Hadin v'Al Emes v'Al Shalom. The three pillars are justice, truth, and peace. Shenemar Emes u'Mishpat Shalom shiftu b'shareichem. Like the pasuk in Zechariah says, and this is a proof for the principle of Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, which is that truth, justice, and peace, emes, mishpat, shalom, emes, din, and shalom, shiftu b'shareichem, you should judge in your gates. So your gates, your cities, your world rests on these three principles and concepts. We know that this Mishnah is in contrast to the Mishnah towards the very beginning of the Perek, which has a different three pillars. But these three pillars are the three pillars that an orderly society is based on: din, emes, and shalom. Interestingly, the Pirkei Avos in general likes to work with threes. So here we have three pillars. Three pillars, of course, three supports could hold up a table, but some tables have one pedestal, one leg, and we could have interpreted this pasuk to be saying that the synthesis of these three things is actually one is what supports the world on one pedestal, but the Mishnah sees them as three different pillars that are all necessary for the world to stand. And I say that because it's interesting that that there's another midrash which has a different interpretation of this pasuk, which is specifically to synthesize the three, and that is in the Gemara in Sanhedrin. It says, questions this pasuk, which is emes u'mishpat shalom shiftu b'shareichem. If a person is very litigious or society is very focused on justice, then it's a compromise to shalom, to peace. And therefore, Rabbi Shimon Karchov questions, what does this mean that you should have mishpat shalom? Ela izeu mishpat sheyesh bo shalom have omer ze bitzua. What the pasuk should be understood as referring to is compromise, because compromise is a synthesis between justice and peace. When there's a compromise which is based on the merits of each point of view, but still tries to find a compromise, you synthesize these two, and really all three, truth and justice and peace, can all be achieved and come together when we look at the merits of each person's claim, and then find a compromise in which everyone could be sort of partially a winner. And according to this interpretation of the pasuk, it's really referring to the synthesis of emes and mishpat shalom, not three different foundations, but one composite foundation. And the Gemara, just before that, actually presents this as a debate. Moshe haya omer yikol v'adin esahar. That Moshe used to say that justice should uproot the mountains, meaning all we should think about is truth and justice. Aval Aaron oev shalom v'rodev shalom umesim shalom ben adam chavero. But Aaron HaKohen, Moshe's brother, had a different approach to life, which was that we should look for peace. Shenamar Taras emes ha'is b'fihu v'avlo lo nimtza b'svasav b'shalom uv'mishor halach iti v'rabim heshiv me'avon. That Aaron had truth, had emes, but also sought out peace by synthesizing these sometimes competing values and creating one, but could also be a compromise to truth. And that's why we understand that Moshe would look for truth purely because he had that purest approach. So our Mishnah, the three foundations of the world, could be seen as three that are sort of three different goals, all necessary at different times, or three that come together and create a society. But regardless, what our Mishnah is teaching us is that we can't have a society that will actually be sustainable unless it's concerned with truth, it creates order and justice, and also pursues peace and the ability of people to get along with each other.